Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Ron, welcome back to the channel, and today is all about charging. How to charge your phones and devices at optimal speeds, and what kind of gear you'll need to get that done. So, let's get into it. So first, what we're gonna wanna do is, guess I'm running low on battery. Guess I'll have to charge it. Alright y'all, let's talk everyday carry. A big aspect of everyday carry is to make sure that every piece of that loadout works well and functions when you need it to. There's one piece of tech that's in almost everyone's loadout, and that's the smartphone. Whether you use it for fun or for work, it's an integral part of most people's workflow. And when this thing eventually does run low on power, how do we charge it up again quickly and efficiently? Well, there's a lot of variables when we talk about charging times for different devices, but we can narrow it down to a couple main factors: the power adapter and the cable that you're using. Your phone design. What rate of charge is your phone designed to charge at? The size of the battery on your phone. If two phones charge at relatively the same rate, but one has a significantly larger battery, it's just gonna take longer to fill up that larger battery. Finally, each phone is designed to charge a certain way. I'm gonna call this a charging profile. Some phones advertise that they can charge from 0% to 50% in X amount of minutes. What's common in lithium-ion batteries, which is probably the battery that's in your phone, once it gets to 85%, the charging rate will taper off aggressively, mainly for safety, to preserve the longevity of your battery, and to make sure it doesn't overcharge once it hits 100%. So as a disclaimer, I'm not a technical expert, so I'm not going to dive into the technical specs of the voltages, wattages, and amps too much. I'm going to be speaking mainly from user standpoint, someone who has a smartphone and simply wants to charge their phone as quickly and safely as possible without too much downtime. And so I'll make my recommendations based off of the research that I've done as a user, and I'll go ahead and link all that research in the description below. So recently there's this new spec that's been growing in popularity, and that's the USB-C or USB Type-C. One really cool feature about USB-C is its power delivery feature. Now before, with USB-A, and depending on the configuration and the type of cable you're using, you could probably get up to 15 watts of power going through that cable at any given time. With USB-C power delivery, that limit is bumped all the way up to 100 watts. Now if you compare the two, 15 watts versus 100 watts, that's a lot more power. Now that boils down to what type of power adapter you have, and of course what type of device you're running. Now for reference, modern day smartphones are rated to charge at 18 watts. Modern tablets like the iPad Pro are rated to charge up to 30 watts. And of course laptops and other power intensive devices will just go up from there. So what does this all mean? I know I threw a lot of numbers at you and a lot of facts and features, but what does this mean to you? Well, let's compare a couple of the most common devices that we'll find out in the wild, and we'll see what it all means, alright? So first of all, I'm gonna start with this bad boy right here, the Pixel 3. The Pixel 3 is rated to charge between 15 watts and 18 watts. Right now, the stock power adapter that's included with the Pixel 3 is able to charge at 18 watts, so we're all good there. And because of that, we don't need any additional accessories like other cables or other power adapters. So the Pixel 3 is all good to charge at 18 watts, wired. For the iPhone X, it's also designed to charge at 18 watts. But here's the killer. Apple has only shipped out iPhone Xs with the stock iPhone charger, the power adapter, and that's only rated to charge at 5 watts. So let's look at that for a second. The power adapter can only handle a maximum charge speed of 5 watts, but your iPhone X can handle up to 18 watts. So if you're using the stock charger, you're only charging at less than 30% efficiency. So you could be charging 3 times faster than what you're dealing with right now. So if you want to charge your iPhone X at a faster rate, stick around in this video and I'll make some gear recommendations for you and what you'll need to charge at the full 18 watts. Additional accessories that you'll need to get to that speed is a better power adapter and of course a USB-C to lightning cable, which we'll get into in a little bit. For the iPhone 11, if you guys picked up the latest generation of iPhone, it is also designed to charge at 18 watts. However, it also does ship with the 5 watt power adapter, so you're in the same boat as those of you with the iPhone 10. Now, one thing to note here is that if you did pick up an iPhone 11 Pro or Pro Max, it does ship with Apple's new 18-watt power adapter. So for whatever reason, they did not include that on the base model iPhone 11. So you can go ahead and forward your questions to support@apple.com to figure out why they wouldn't include a way to charge your phone at maximum capacity. Moving on. The last device we'll talk about, just for reference for you, is the iPad Pro. It's rated to charge at 29 watts, so obviously more wattage because it's a more power intensive device, it's a bigger screen, draws more power, etc. The charger that comes with that is only rated to charge at 12 watts. So again, we're in this boat of the power adapter not being able to charge the device at maximum capacity or maximum efficiency. So for that, again, you'll need a faster power adapter and the accompanying USB-C to Lightning cable to match that power adapter. So one thing to note here is that Apple has a feature called fast charging with its devices. For supported devices, you can charge from 0% to 50% in 30 minutes or less, provided that you use a compatible power adapter and cable. Apple does sell its own branded power adapter and cable that is fast charge compatible. However, there are a lot of third-party brands that are popular and reliable out there that I'll recommend later in this video that does support fast charge. So stick around for that. Alright guys, the moment of truth, what you've been waiting for, let's get into the gear recommendations. So first off, for the power adapter, I do recommend the Alki USB-C charger. And it's a 30-watt power adapter. It's really sleek. It has two ports, USB-C featuring power delivery and a USB Type-A port. If you're charging just one device using the USB-C port, it can charge up to 30 watts. With this power adapter, you can charge either your phones or your tablets at maximum speeds. USB Type-A port here tops out at 10 watts, so you can trickle charge like a portable charger or a secondary device, but at a slower rate. Finally, this Alki power adapter is Apple Fast Charge compatible. In terms of cables, I'm going to recommend Anker's Powerline series. These cables are a robust and reliable set of cables that are braided, the quality is there, and it's really sturdy. For smartphones and other devices that have a USB-C port at the bottom, you can just get a USB-C to C cable. As always, I recommend a longer length here so that you don't have to stay right by the wall where you plugged in your device. For Apple devices, you should get the USB-C to Lightning cable, and this will allow you to plug your device into the power adapter into the wall, and the whole setup is Apple Fast Charge compatible. If you're looking for a portable charging option, I recommend getting Anker's PowerCore series. The one I'm showing here is the PowerCore 10,000 milliamp hour portable charger. It's pocket size, super sleek, power delivery enabled, and will charge at a rate of 18 watts. So all your smartphones at the very least will be able to charge at maximum efficiency. By the way, this video is not sponsored by Anker in any way, but I would love to be. I just love their products and their designs are really cool. Finally, I'll throw in a bonus recommendation here, and that's the car charger. This is gonna be the Anker PowerDrive car charger. It can charge at 30 watts with its USB-C power delivery enabled port, and it also has a secondary USB Type-A port, and that Type-A port can charge at 18 watts. It's fast. Alright, if we're gonna talk about charging, we have to talk about wireless charging. In recent years, it's been really popular, gaining popularity, and it's really convenient because you can just drop your phone onto the pad and it'll start charging by itself. However, if we're gonna be talking about speeds and maximizing the efficiency of charging up your devices, wireless charging simply isn't there yet. The standard right now for wireless charging is a measly 5 watts. It'll charge really slowly and you're gonna wait for hours for that thing to charge to 100%. Right now, the iPhone 10 and 11 max out at 7.5 watts. And finally, all of the iterations of the Google Pixel can charge at 10 watts wirelessly, but that depends on what type of charger you use. I believe right now you can only achieve 10 watts if you use Google's wireless charger, and I believe one of Belkin's wireless chargers. All the other wireless chargers out there will only be able to reach 5 watts for the Pixel. Now, I know I only covered the Pixel, the iPhone 10, and the iPhone 11 and its variations. If you want to know more about wireless charging, go ahead and tell me in the comments below which devices you have and I'll look into a gear recommendation for you. But be forewarned that it will be slower than the USB-C power delivery options that we went over today in this video. Alright y'all, that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope that my research into charging certain smartphones and devices was able to help you achieve optimal speeds in charging your own smartphones and other devices that you may have. If I missed a specific device that you have, let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to give you some gear recommendations based off of your specific device. Otherwise, if you like this video, please hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos on everyday carry, gear, and tech just like what you saw today. And of course, we'll see you all in the next one. Later! Make sure that every piece of that loadout is functionable. Damn. Now everyone has this piece of tech in their smartphone. What? And it's inevitable that eventually it's gonna run low on juice, and that often happens. Trash take. My gimbal's here.